Hello, welcome to this week's Midweek Minutes. The Midweek Minute is determined by you guys, okay? So I take feedback that I get and then I just jump on and quick give you what I know about it so you can start your research from there. But what I'm hearing is that you want to know where to start your research, okay? So that's a little difficult for me in that I am not a licensed medical person. So I cannot treat or diagnose or cure or give you medical terms. I can't even say certain words. And that's per the FDA guidelines, and that's as it should be because you should be doing your own research. You shouldn't be taking medical advice from somebody who's not licensed. But that being said, I've been doing this for a little bit, and I found some resources that I trust that I go to when I'm looking for information. So I'll pass those on to you, and you can try them out. You can find your own. You can, do your own thing. But this is where I start. Okay, so I will post links to all this or a list of the book references on this post. And then because it's such a hot topic and so many of you were looking for it this week, I'll actually upload it into the files on this page. So you can reference it anytime you need to. Okay? So as far as where I start, when I start researching something, I, of course, go right to the source because they know what they put in it. So I go to youngliving.com. Young Living has a blog, and you can go on there and search for different subjects, anything like that, different articles you can do a search for. So I posted the link for that. Young Living also has what used to be called Young Living University. It's now called Young Living Central, but it's right on your virtual office. So I posted a link directly to that too. You can access it. You have to be logged in to access it. So if it's giving you a hard time, just log into your Young Living account and then you get complete access to it. So that's kind of where I start. And then I go to outside sources. Oil-testimonials.com is a source I use a lot. I do use that one with a grain of salt because it's like Wikipedia in that anybody can go on there and post their opinion. It doesn't necessarily have to be a medical fact. You could have somebody on there telling you to dump half a bottle of cinnamon into your ear. Just take it with a grain of salt. I do find it's a great place to get started. When I have an issue with something, I'll go on there and say, this worked for somebody, that worked for somebody, and then I'll do more research on those kinds of things. So those are some great websites to get started. As far as the DIY stuff, if you're looking for a recipe, we actually are in a really fortunate place because a lot of our leadership team, they were DIY bloggers before they became involved with Young Living. So we have quite a few resources there. They already have the tried and true recipes. So just check them out. They're great for if you want to find a recipe for something. We have don'tmesswithmama.com. That is Tracy. She's our upline. My Merry Messy Life. I like to go there. The Chemical Free Home. That's Melissa Pepping. And we'll talk about her in a little bit when I get to books because I have her book too. But she's great too. You've probably seen her if you YouTubed the Savvy Minerals makeup line because she did all those videos for us. So she's great. And then the homademommy.net. And that's Lindsay. She's on our leadership team as well. Great resources. Let's see. As far as medical professionals, if you'd like to find out something more as far as our supplements or anything like that, that we're, as Young Living distributors, not allowed to get more in-depth in and use certain medical terms. I do have a list of people that I go to for information like that. Lindsay Elmore is a pharmacist. She has a blog and she has a Facebook page. And she's really great. She has this kind of like snarky personality, but she breaks things down on a level that you can understand. So she'll explain to you why the different supplements work with your body, what it does, what you need. She's really great. So she's on the list. Minky Wellness. So Peter Minky and his wife are, they do a lot with the nutrition end of Young Living. And so they have a blog, and I find a lot of their stuff on YouTube. He's a little bit drier of a personality and gets more into the medical sciencey end of it. But if you're like me, then you enjoy that. You can roll with that. So check him out. And then there's Dr. Jim Bob. He also has, let's see, a blog and a Facebook. He's on a Crossline team, so he's part of Young Living on a Crossline team. And he's more of like an exuberant, loud kind of personality. So, but he does break it down for you a little bit too. So check him out if that's how you process stuff. That's great. Okay, so those are my three that I usually start with, and I go from there. Books. As far as books are concerned, my go-to is usually my essential oils pocket reference. Now, this is the mini version of the desk reference. It's blue, like this. Some of you guys have this. And then there's actually a micro version, which I've gifted some of you. So it's the same blue, but like a much smaller book that kind of gives you, and each one gives more and more information. So the micro version was really great for those of you who are getting started because it kind of gives you a little bit of information. This is a little more in depth about each oil, and it has this was written by medical professionals, so it actually has the medical diagnoses in here. It has all the different techniques and the VitaFlex points and that sort of stuff. So great book. You can see mine is very well loved. I've actually lost part of it. Sorry, Nadine. I've actually lost part of it because it just goes everywhere with me. So that is that one. The next one I have is the same thing, essential oils for animals desk reference. So this is the same kind of thing, but it is strictly animals. And you can look, I don't know if you can kind of see up here on the tab. So they have complete sections for different animals. That's a little cat. There's our horses. So different things that are safe with different animals. This is great in that it has the medical stuff in there. It's all Young Living based, so it speaks directly about our products. And then it has recipes in here too. The same with the desk reference. It's the same thing for humans. It's Young Living based, and then it has recipes in there too. Okay, this is the one I was talking about. Hold on. Okay, I'll pick them up. This is the one I was talking about with Melissa Pepping. This is the chemical-free home that some of you won last month. You earned for spending, I think it was like $190. But this is really great because she goes over the different effects of the chemicals and toxins in your home. She has the names in here, and then she has the alternative recipes. So great resource if you're trying to rid your home of toxins. This is great. For those of you who earned it, you're going to love it. Okay, Gentle Babies. This is by Deborah Rayburn, and this is my go-to for essential oils with babies and women who are expecting. So this is great because it has lists for anything you can think of, for any medical diagnoses you can think of, as far as babies or expectant mothers, and then it has the list of Young Living products you can use. And there's some recipes in here too. Not quite as many as the Chemical Home, but definitely some recipes in here. So this is a great one. Healing Oils of the Bible. Okay. This is a little bit harder to get through. I will tell you, it took me a couple months to get through. And the reason is because I started it and I went back and I started again. And you can tell, like, oh, maybe I didn't. So I go through and I just like highlight and I write in the margins, and then I'm like, oh, what was that? That was really neat, and I have to go back and do it again. So this is a little bit harder to get through, but the resources and knowledge in here is amazing. It explains how our bodies were created at the same time as the plants were created and how they were made to go together, and then all the different things that you can do with the oils and prayer. So very, very nice. This one is Releasing Emotional Patterns. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. And this is by Carolyn Mine. I actually saw an interview of her that Lindsay Elmore did on her blog, and it was just so amazing to hear the correlation between a lot of our physical illnesses and the emotions that we hold, and how essential oils can help you release some of those and live a healthier life. So health and wellness, get rid of some of this extra stuff. And the neat thing about this one and this one is that Young Living has kits to match both. So the emotional book goes with our feeling kit. I think I've showed that one to you guys before. But it goes right along with our feelings kit. And then this healing oil of the Bible goes right along with our, I think it's oils of ancient scripture kit. There's a kit that has all of those oils in it. So really, really great references. Our leadership team, the ones that don't blog, they all have Facebook pages. So if you're just tired hearing me drone on and on, check out somebody new. Check out, everybody has a different viewpoint. Somebody could be dealing with the same thing you're dealing with that I have no idea about. So some really good references are our leadership team. So we have Becky, and she's at Positively Peppermint. Alyssa is at Diffusing Joy. Jackie's over at Oily Goodness. Alicia is at Oily Mamas. Tracy's at Let's Be Frank. And Lindsay is over at Homemade Mommy Essential Oils. And they're all really great. Some of them have private Facebook pages, not private, but closed Facebook pages, and that you must be a Young Living member to get into them. And that's just how some of them run. And we may be going that way soon with Live Love Lavender. But for right now, if you're a Young Living member, check out these sites because they have some knowledge that I don't have. So really great. And then the last thing I just wanted to touch base on was podcasts. I don't know a whole lot of them. I kind of started with the Essential Oil Revolution, and I love it. I learned so much there. So I haven't ventured out into any others because that's the one that I check out the most. So let me know what you think. If you need information on anything else, or if you have one that you want to recommend to me, type it in the comments. I'd love to check it out. I always love learning. And I love being able to help you all and lead you in the right direction. So that's it. Happy oiling.